Hello, John Langel from Home Basic Karate Training. These are things I do at home to try to get myself fit. I was 280 pounds, well 250 plus I call it. I'm not exactly sure of the exact number. And I'll sit there and do things like this. Because I ripped both my rotator cuffs, so I do this to get my rotator cuffs, and then now I rip my forearm or whatever right in here. So I'll do things like this to try to heal it. And it's just like stretching it, and it's low impact. And I'll do things, but what I'm really doing is stretching. I'm not trying as much to work out with my stick, but you know, I don't like stretching as much as I do working out with the stick, so sometimes I put the two together, and I'll just practice silly moves, things, block, strike, block, strike. Okay? Now understand I am 52 years old, and I do this to get fit. I hate flies. Okay, I do this to get fit. I'll use my stick, and when I first started, I couldn't get this far, because you know I was 250 plus. You can still see I got a waist, and don't talk about it, because I used to be very big, and I've worked very hard to even have this little chunky thing, but next year, each year, I get better and better, and you're not. So I wouldn't talk about me unless you're doing a lot better than me. I'm trying, and that's all that matters. So let's do this stretching and work on my waist. I do a lot of working out with my waist. It's very, very hard. I was very surprised. I've never been overweight in my life. All my life I've been thinner or in good shape, martial arts shape. And then when I hit 40, I stopped training a little bit before then, before I was 40. And for 10 years I didn't train. And then I looked horrible. I was very chubby, as I am still right now. But it's getting there. Just got to keep working it. Now the stretching was hard for me. I do the stretching. I do this for the limb bone, and I try to make it fun, so I enjoy it. Training is not easy, but after you start getting in shape and seeing the results, even though I see this, you know, it was this big. I swear to God, my stomach was that big, and even now, even though that's chunky, it is far and above what I used to be, and that's what it's all about. Not being better than anybody else, but training yourself to be your best. And that's what I try to teach people, to train yourself, to better yourself, and not to compete with others, but to each month I say to myself, am I better this month than I was the last month? And if the answer is yes, I keep doing what I'm doing. But if the answer is no, I'm not doing it, I've been lazy or I haven't been training properly, excuse me, and I don't have no results, then I reanalyze my working out and I change it. And these are the things I do. I stretch, I'll do the punches. That's how I started losing weight. When I was so overweight at 265 plus, I didn't get my exact weight. I would do these punches sitting in a chair because my knees were so shot carrying that extra weight. And I would do 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. First you do them slow. Straight up. Straight up. I would do this sitting in a chair. And then I'd do the 100 vertical. Then I'd do 100 roundhouse. You can do it this way or this way. And do 100 of them and then 100 uppercuts. You end up doing 400 punches. Now, what that does for you, it gets your blood flowing. It gets your upper body in shape. It gets your arms in shape. They start to lose weight. You're burning calories. And as you get less and less weight, then you start standing up and doing this. These are blocks. And you can do this stuff sitting down while you're stretching to make your stretching a little more fun. I just stay in this position. I'll do my blocks. 1, 3. That's the inside block. 4. Then you do an upper block. 1. I do 100 of each of these when I first started. I don't do it as much now, to be honest, because my training has advanced to the next stage. I'm doing different things, like working with the stick and working other things. But these are things I started out doing, the basics. And if you learn the basics, you've learned martial arts, basically. Get good at this, and you'll be good in the martial arts. You'll be able to go to any style of karate and do these things. These are the basics. It's not a style. It's basic training. Okay, do stretches. I'm trying to fit into 34 pants. I finally got into them. I'm kind of proud of myself. I know I still get chubby. I got to mention it because it bothers me. But having said that, going from a 42 pants to a 34 is a good accomplishment, and I hope to see other people doing the same thing. I want to pass this on, how great my life has changed since I started to care enough to start training in the martial arts, fitness, and I have to say this, I read the Bible, and that changed my whole outlook on how I viewed life and people and God. You read the Bible, you get your own ideas. Don't listen to what other people say. Read it yourself. And the reason I'm talking about the Bible, it really changed my life. That's why I'm doing this and doing all this martial arts, because I read the Bible and didn't want to sin them. Not sin. I was getting partying, chasing women, being a fool, being cocky, think I know it all, and I realized I didn't know anything. I was a fool. I was acting a fool. So I read the Bible, not just through and through. It took me over a year to read the whole Bible, and I skipped over a little bit of stuff. But the point is, it changed me because I knew what God wanted and what God felt, kind of, and it scared me, and I didn't want to lose my soul. I didn't want to be left out of God's kingdom. So I started training. And I'd like to see others. You don't have to read the Bible if you don't want. I'm not pushing it, but I'd like to see you get fit. That's what it's all about. I'm John Lango, and this is ASK Basic Home Karate Training. Get fit and feel good about yourself.